I'm here with no script. And I want to somewhat navigating Substack for the first time to figure out I can share ideas with you. And I wanted to revisit a tracker I shared with you yesterday. And while there is a quick training on it, I thought I would kind of walk you through how this is so valuable in building your business. And it doesn't matter if you've been in business a long time or you're just getting started. And I really, have designed it around that real estate agent, realtors building their business. It applies to me as a lender. It really applies to anyone starting a business or building a business. And it's very simple actions you can take to grow your business. And honestly, it's almost irresponsible not to. We spend a lot of time chasing people we don't know, where we already have people who love, trust, and adore us and want to be part of what you're doing. They just need to know how, and they need a clear message. And in all reality, they're probably just not thinking about you. Our brain only gives us space to keep 150 people top of mind. And if that's so, most of the people around us are thinking about their doctor, the kid's dentist, the third grade teacher, the dog walker, and not necessarily about their real estate agent. It's not your fault. Like, you're not doing anything wrong. I know you're doing what you can to be of service to your past clients and to be available for your friends, your neighbors, your community, and you're going out and networking and doing things like that. But we're overwhelmed. We have a lot of information coming at us. John Maxwell said 35,000 pieces of information coming at us each day. And what happens when someone's overwhelmed? An overwhelmed mind just shuts down and says, no, it's confused, right? So I want to help you turn on that connector for them so that they do think of you as a real estate agent. And somewhat like we might keep someone's card in our back pocket. If we have a really valuable asset for our community, we might say, I've got someone you need to talk to. You need to talk to my car guy. You need to talk to my attorney. You need to talk to my doctor, right? That type of conversation. You need to talk to my realtor. We want that word of mouth connection, and we want them to be raving fans. But we have to somewhat give them permission to turn on that particular activator back here so that they are thinking of us. So we can do it in different ways. And, we think about how do you add value so that they do think of you. And sometimes value is just being seen and connected with, right? Having a real conversation. So I talk a lot about lead generation for your real estate business. And I have a couple thoughts on that. I want the 100 people closest to you when you walk out your door, your neighbors, to be your raving fans. I want your signs to go up in the neighborhood. I want them talking about you when it comes to their friends, family, coworkers making moves. I want them to make that introduction. And we have a farming system for that, not this conversation. I also want the 100 people closest to you in a relationship that know you the best to be thinking about you, talking about you when it comes to real estate. I want them to be your raving fans. So how do you do that? And that's where this prospecting tracker comes into play. You know a lot of people, and I have proof of it. If you look at your phone contacts, how many people do you know? Probably thousands. You've got people in a database, that maybe you've met at open houses or past clients. And while you can chase the people that you've met along the way, what about the people that you already know, right? They're your friends on Facebook. I think of Facebook as a place where we've gathered all of the people that have known us over the years. It's almost like our ideal retirement home. But those are people you know. And I want to help you get into more conversations. And that's a really easy place to do it. LinkedIn, even Instagram. Instagram's a little bit more for prospecting, meeting new people, but they're people that have come into your life. And I want you to be intentional as you meet new people, right? Or let's say you have some past coworkers over on LinkedIn. Could you reconnect with them by finding them on Facebook, and build on that friendship relationship? So let me show you quickly how to use this prospecting tracker. There is a quick training at the top that you could always scan to revisit. You could come back to this video. This is one day, 15 money bags. So you would name, if you're starting today on this, day one. And the first line is 5 relationship reach outs. It's got an R and a little key down here. The second line is 5 business reach outs. And the third line is 5 follow ups. Let me show you exactly how I would use that. So if I were to, for example, I'm going to work through my Facebook list. And you can go to your profile and you have friends, right? A list of friends there. Let me find mine. I've got a bunch of friends, and I'm going to go to see all. And I can literally just go right through that post. The interesting thing about this is it's in an order that basically tells you who's paying the most attention to your content, which I find super interesting, right? But let's go back into using Facebook as a search. Type in that little search, Meta AI, birthdays. So it comes up at the top of the screen, birthdays. Click that. It's going to tell you everyone who has a birthday today. Now, in real estate, it's not unusual to connect with people. You might go to a social media wall and write happy birthday, right? Write a birthday post. You could do that along with 50 other people, right? So you're just kind of in that average mix. You could be an up-leveled agent who's mailing a birthday card. Great. I hope it's a truly personal card like you would send to your sister or your mom or your best friend, right? And it's not automated because if you did run into them in person, would you know it was their birthday? I think that's really important. Like, don't do it if it's not truly sincere. Here's actually a better way to do it all the time that will make their day. So I'm going to go to on this so I can create a post. Instead, I'm going to go to that little button there, Messenger. And I could send them a happy birthday text, but instead I'm going to hit the camera right here. I'm going to flip it over so it's me. Can you see that? And I'm going to send a message. All right, I'm going to let you follow along. Johnny, happy birthday. I love that we have this little corner of the internet that reminds us when it is all about you. I hope you feel so celebrated and that everyone in Facebook world reaches out to you. By the way, what fun things are you doing for your birthday? Johnny, happy birthday. I'm going to send it to him. That was 18 seconds. He's worth 18 seconds of time. You couldn't have even addressed an envelope that fast. Did you catch what I did at the end? I said, what are you doing for your birthday? He's now going to comment back, right? And then I'll comment back on that. And then when he posts photos of his birthday dinner, I can put a sincere, meaningful comment like, oh, I'm so glad you got to go to your favorite restaurant. What did you end up ordering? Right? So it is just a high touch way to do that. I like doing relationship reach outs, those first 5, as birthdays because they're served right up to you. You really don't even have to think too far into it. And then do at least 5 of those. Relationship reach outs can be birthdays. Maybe you have enough Facebook friends that you can fit 5 of those a day in, but it also might just be, hey friend, I was thinking of you. I like the idea of leading with video. If you don't want to do video, you could always do an audio. Just push that audio button and sending a text because hearing your voice is valuable also, right? Hey friend, I was just thinking about you. I drove by your house the other day and you've been on top of mind. What fun things do you have going on? Instead of saying, how are you? What fun things do you have going on? What are you excited about? That ends up asking kind of those forward questions, family, occupation, relationship type questions that get you into further, deeper conversations. What are you excited about? Just your name came to mind. How's everything going? I'm sorry. Your name came to mind. I felt like I should reach out to you. Tell me what you have going on. What are you most excited about? Just a simple little message like that is so meaningful. It helps people feel seen, connected, and value. And right now they're starving for that connection. That is a high value thing to do. And I have to say, don't do a Starbucks card. Like if you were just like randomly send me a Starbucks card, I'd be like, no, thank you. You don't know me. I don't go to Starbucks, right? So you want to be as high value as possible, and just helping people feel seen and connected and showing that they're worthy is a great way to do that. So relationship reach outs are fairly simple. Business reach outs should be just as simple. So again, you could go to your phone contacts. I would tend to go to all my friends, see all, and I'm going to try to find someone I haven't seen here. I think I'll send it to Madison. She's a newer friend here on social. So I'm going to go to message her. Madison, if you end up watching this, I'm sending you a test. So here I am. I've got the video, right? This is actually a test, Madison, showing it on the training. Hey, Madison, I am so glad we are connected here on social media. What you might not know based on my post is that whoops, and it reversed. This is actually a test, Madison, showing it on. Hold on, I gotta redo. It's not about being perfect. Okay, I'll send her a little text saying, hey, that was a test. I put you on a training. Hey, Madison, I'm so delighted we're connected here on social media. I'm not even sure if you see my content or would know, but if you did, you would know that I am a loan officer with my husband on a top local lending team. What does that mean for you? I'd love to be the person you think of when you think about anything real estate or you're out serving your clients. Hey, Madison, I'm so delighted we're connected here on social media. I'm not even sure. I'm telling you, I made her part of a training. And then my follow-up question would be, I'm going to do it right now. I don't want to do that video. Sorry. My follow-up. So if my video hadn't cut me short there, this would be my follow-up question. And it cut me short. Would it be okay if I sent you my digital business card so you have it on hand should a conversation present where someone needs a go-to lender and you can make a great recommendation? And it cut me short. Would it be not about perfection, it's about connecting. So in the end, I asked her, can I send you my digital business card? So that was a business reach out, right? And she's going to respond back with, Sam, you're already my go-to lender, right? But I wouldn't just contact real estate agents. Everyone on my list, I'd be reaching out saying, I don't know if you know, I'm a licensed real estate agent. What that means is I'm available to help you, your friends, and family when they have a real estate need. May I send you my digital business card? You should be sending that to everyone you know because you don't need to constantly be having real estate conversations with them, right? You just need to get permission once to send it. They will then respond, right? They're likely going to say, of course, send me a card. So you're going to do your five relationship reach outs a day, 5 business reach outs a day. That simple, a 17-second business reach out. You could go to a networking event and start new conversations with people you don't know, or you could connect with the people you already know. It's going to be much easier to move them forward than going and meeting new people and having to build a relationship. So that being said, open houses, they're already raising their hand. Ready, willing, and able, always a good place to go. But your sphere of influence knows 4 people per year making moves. You want to turn them into raving fans talking about you in real estate. This is how you become a rainmaker. It's getting other people to talk about you so you don't have to talk about yourself all the time. Okay, that third line, that's the follow-up. So this is when they respond. So the next day, you just go back into those responses and you send them the digital business card. What do I mean by digital business card? Literally, it can be a photo of your card. It could be your Blink card. It doesn't matter. Just get them your contact information, right? And then you respond back with maybe a text or an audio of, thank you so much for saying yes. You made my day. Tell me, what's going on with you? How can I help you in business? You can then continue that conversation. Go back and forth. By the way, what's your mailing address? I'll send you a couple cards for your desk drawer or your junk drawer, right? And then you update your CRM so that there can be a drip campaign. The responses back are amazing. Like they'll literally be like, I just bought a house last week. I wish I had known. Or, oh my gosh, my brother needs your contact information. I'm sending it to him now. Rarely will you have someone say no. In 250 that I did and I measured and I tracked for you, I had 3 no's. One person who their mom doesn't like me. I can kill them with kindness from here. But I asked because you just never know. Another who said, I'm good. So-and-so loan officer lives in my backyard. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what we want, is for people to be raving fans, for her to say, I'm good, I got a person. Another who said, I'm good, my husband's a loan officer. I was like, great, what can we do to bring him over to Atlantic Coast Mortgage? I didn't really get any no's except for the one, and I'm not going to let that one no control my business. I certainly got some that didn't respond. So how did I follow up with them? The easy follow-up was, yeah, great, here's my business card. Tell me more about you. What do you have going on? But for the people who didn't immediately respond, I was just kind. And I sent a text with, hey, friend, you're important to me. I want to make sure you catch the video above. And then they would respond back with, you're right, I was in the grocery store line. I totally missed this and forgot to come back to it. So that's a simple follow-up, but you've got to follow up and follow through. So that is that simple. And then we've given you a little scorecard at the bottom. You get 1 point for each relationship touch, 2 points for each business reach out, and 2 points for each follow up the day prior. Relationships are valuable, but this is the moneymaker right here, the business and the follow up, right? So you can score your points for that entire day, and then you go into the next day. This is something that those 10 original reach outs and 5 follow ups, it takes me about 7 minutes a day because I'm really fine tuned in what I'm saying. If you don't love the words I'm saying, take my words, put them into ChatGPT or into your AI program, and have them edit the words to make it sound more like you and your personality. If you haven't already been training your AI to talk like you, it's really important you do that. That's a whole nother side conversation. But here's the thing, when you start doing these activities, the results will start adding up. These are high value actions that cost absolutely nothing, take an incredibly small amount of time for really high value and really high return. Most people are not doing this. Certainly in the real estate industry, they're not. But when you start doing this and you start adding them up, you're going to have incredible results. You have to be somewhat detached from the response, but those responses will start turning into business, usually 30, 60, 90 days later. I challenge you to do it for 90 days and see what happens to your business. I will tell you, when you start getting into an abundance of business and you're kind of that rainmaker, you can scale back and do 2 personal reach outs a day and 2 business reach outs a day. If you are in a place where you're like, I don't have enough business, up level. Do 10 relationship reach outs a day and 10 business reach outs a day. I've shown you how you can do it in less time than it takes you to get ready. I do it from my couch in the morning with my coffee, with my glasses and my robe on. I want people to feel comfortable, like I've welcomed them into my home, that I really care about them. It's not about being perfect and makeup and dressed, right? Because in real estate, luxury even, it's not about the price point, it's about how you make them feel. It's about the experience, the connection, and people are starving for connection. So here's the thing, your success does not matter. It's not your age, it's not where you live, it's not how long you've been in the business, it's the amount of high value actions you do. I cannot think of a better shortcut. This is the fastest way to do it. It is so much better than going to an event it's so much better than going to a networking. It's so much better than paying for an ad. It's so much better than creating content. This is the high touch. I like content to create conversations and create triggers, but that's the slow way to build business. This is the fast way. And the only way you can measure yourself is against what you did yesterday and what you did the day before. How much action did you take? And if you're going to measure yourself against someone else who has success, measure yourself against their actions. If you take 1 action a day from a relationship standpoint and a business standpoint, and I take 10, day after day, who's going to have more success? Me, even if it's imperfect action. I want you to have that success. We know as lenders that your success is our success, right? So I think people just aren't talking about how simple lead generation is because third parties know it's simple and they're generating the business and selling it back to you. And then it becomes costly, or you've lost your profit or the money you would have put in savings or paid your taxes with. Lead generation is actually so darn simple, it doesn't feel like work. And that's where we kind of get hung up. We get sidetracked by something else that we write a check for or that seems prettier or shinier. It's truly the very basics of business building that you must do. They must be a non-negotiable. It's more important than a walkthrough, closing, showing houses. It can be done this way at 6 a.m., especially with scheduling text or Facebook Messenger. It's non-invasive. It's very thoughtful. The videos, you don't even have to get into AI or anything. They're not they're authentic, they're real, they're you, they're imperfect, they're relationship building. I want to tell you that the brain believes video. It's really important to do video. If you, for some reason, can't do video, do audio so they hear you. If you can't do audio, do the same thing in a text. I don't care. Just do it. The actions will add up. It's going to convert better as video, but it's okay if you do text. Just do it and don't stop. Keep doing it. A mistake many people make in business is they get one client, they hold on to that, and they become so attached to it, and they start working on that client's business, and they stop working in their own. And then that client doesn't move forward, and they're devastated. And that can ruin your business, right? But if you keep taking actions and you do that first, you will always have more business coming. right? To the point where you might say, oh, I don't want that much business. Well, great. Let's talk about that problem when you have it, because you can hand it out and actually become even more profitable and enjoy your life even more. But that's not a problem until it's a problem. So I've got a solution for that too. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you'll go find the tracker here in this information. If you don't have it, I can email it to you. Let me know. I'm happy to send it your way. And that is what is going to help everyone around you become raving fans. It's your easy button to raving fans. I would tell you years ago, it looked like a phone call. It doesn't anymore. I don't even answer the phone when my husband calls, right? Things are going on. We have filters. We can stop, block the call, not answer it, let it go to voicemail. It feels very ineffective. A video is a soft place to land where they can watch it when they have time. And maybe they're busy. Your follow up is kind. Your follow through is kind. And we know it takes multiple touches to keep people moving forward. I hope you found this to be an easy solution. Let me know what questions you have or what you like most about this.